Hello and welcome to our big poll, the Maha poll that we are doing, the pre-poll survey on Maharashtra. Let's first now give you all those big numbers that you've been waiting for. If elections are held today, who is ahead in Maharashtra? Take a look at 2009 Vidhan Sabha first. The BJP at 14%, Shiv Sena 16.3%, the Congress and NCP, which were in an alliance, 21%, 16.4%, 5.7% and 26.6%. Now take a look at what has happened as per our poll if elections are held today. The BJP has gone up from 14% to 30%. That's doubling their vote share. The Shiv Sena is up by 2%, about 19%. The Congress is down 7-14. The NCP taking a lesser of a hit, down to 14 again though. MNS is about just 5%, more or less where they were last time. But this is the figure to look at, 30% at the moment to the BJP as per our poll findings in a five-cornered race in Maharashtra. How is that translating into numbers? This is what the Cicero team is projecting at the moment for us. Remember, 2009 seat share was 46%. Let's look straight though at the seat shares. In 2014, how is the seat share? This is the growth that has taken place in seat share. But let's give you the exact numbers. How many seats would each party get? And these are the seats that we want to give you for Maharashtra. This is what the seat projections in Maharashtra would be like. If elections are held today, these are the seats. 2009 versus 2014. The BJP, and I want to, in a moment, come to the big seat numbers. The seats that we are giving at the moment for the two parties in Maharashtra at the moment. If we give seats, remember this is percentages at the moment. What is the exact number of seats that we will give in Maharashtra? Okay, the seats that we are giving at the moment in Maharashtra, 133 seats is the middle point. We are projecting 133 seats to the BJP. The percentage is a mistake, 133 seats. 54 to the Shiv Sena. 54 seats to the Shiv Sena is the middle point. 30 to the Congress, 33 to the NCP, MNS 14, others 24. But we are now saying that the BJP will get as many as 133 seats, closing in on the halfway mark. That's the big story at the moment coming in from Maharashtra. The BJP is closing in on the halfway mark if elections are held today. Mani Shankar Iyer, still with us of the Congress Party. Seshadri Chari of the BJP. Also joining us from Mumbai is Bharat Kumar Raut, who was the former Shiv Sena Rajya Sabha MP. And I'm also going to be joined by Mr. Crasto and Mr. Narvekar there of the NCP. Also joining me, Dhananjay Joshi of Cicero. You've stuck your neck out, Dhananjay, with those numbers. How confident are you, Dhananjay, of the numbers? Because this is a five-cornered race where margins can be 5,000 and less. Are you willing to bet your last dollar that you've got this election right, that the BJP is closing in on the halfway mark?
Well, yeah, the BJP, we've projected something like 125 to 141 seats. And if we look at the last election, there were about 48 seats which were contested on a close margin of less than 5,000 votes. And this time round, we see that the gap between the leading party and the runner-up is 11 percentage points. Now, in a multi-cornered contest, 11 percentage points can be a clean sweep. So, although we are saying 125 to 141, I will not be surprised if this actually grows in the next week or so. And even if you look at Shiv Sena, it's less than 50% of the BJP. So with this kind of a lead, I'm quite confident of the numbers.
You're quite confident of the numbers because numbers are a big problem when it comes to state elections. But those numbers, Seshadri Chari, should make your smile grow even wider because the best ever performance for the BJP up till now was 65 seats. We are now projecting you as a midpoint of 133. The range we are giving is 125 to 144. That's a remarkable performance for the BJP. Are you satisfied, or you expect dil mange more and you want even more?
No, I think I would rather expect even more than this, because going by these figures, I don't see any reason why the Congress and NCP combined should do any better, because what was the strong bastions of Congress and NCP is not going to either MNS or Shiv Sena. So I don't think these voters are going back to the Congress. Or
Are you
the
saying that
NCP.
133 is less than what you expect, or is as per your? Because most people on the ground, when I gave them this number this morning, I can tell you, were saying you're giving them as many as 133. Are you confident of these numbers, or do you believe these are less than what the BJP expects? Because with these numbers, you'll have to form a government with independence. You won't need Shiv Sena, you won't need anyone.
The problem is those who are traveling at the grassroots level, those who are connected to the grassroots level will tell you much more than what these surveys are telling. So we are getting feedback from the grassroots level, and there is a sea change as far as these areas are concerned.
Okay, so these numbers are in tune with what you are saying. On the other hand, Manishankar Iyer, these numbers clearly suggest that the Congress is about to be decimated in one of its stronghold states, a state that you never lost an election for almost 4 decades.
Yeah, these figures show that.
These figures.
But there are at least 2 alternative surveys that have taken place at almost exactly the same time, which both of them predict that the BJP will not get much more than 90 or 93 seats, and one of them shows that the Congress will get as many as 72 seats. So if there is so much variation between the polling experts, then I'm afraid I don't have the conviction that our friend from Cicero has. Maybe that's because he's from Cicero and I'm only a humble congressman. But as far as I can see, the field is completely open as of now, and there is still a week to go. That week may go in Chari's favor, it may go in my favor. I'm willing to wait.
At the moment, the momentum seems to be with Mr. Chari, not with you at the moment. But it's interesting, Mr. Rahul Narvekar, because if this result holds, it's also bad news for Sharad Pawar, because the one thing that Mr. Pawar perhaps would have hoped for, if I may put it that way, was the possibility that you would you would be in a situation where you could call the shots in a hung assembly. Now our survey is not predicting a hung assembly in Maharashtra. It's predicting at best the BJP down 10 seats less than a majority, at which stage they can just pick up a few independents. They won't need you or Sharad Pawar.
Well, Rajdeep, at the outset, let me tell you that we are not contesting this election to support someone if at all there is a hung assembly. We are fighting this election to get a majority on our own strength and form the next government in Maharashtra. One. Number two, insofar as this survey is concerned or these projections are concerned, I am not at all convinced with them for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't know whether this projection is based on a sample survey or it's based on past results and analysis based on variations in the past results. You just mentioned that 49 seats, my friend from Cicero just mentioned that there were 49 seats which were won by a margin of less than 5,000 votes. And based on that, if he's come to the conclusion that the Bharatiya Janata Party would benefit from this, let me tell you it's completely inverse and it's exactly opposite from what he's saying. If there is any party that would actually not benefit with small margins of victory, it's the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Shiv Sena. Because if you look at the municipal council polls, or if you look at the Zilla Parishad or local self-government body polls, both these parties have a common vote bank. And there is a vertical split in their vote bank.
So you're saying that the Hindu vote bank divide. You're
would benefit.
You're hoping that the BJP Shiv Sena vote splits as a result.
I believe in the secular fabric of our democracy, of our constitution. Therefore, I will not brand this as Hindu or any other communal vote bank per se. But the per se, the alliance was based on of Shiv Sena and Bharatiya Janata Party was based on a common vote bank which they shared.
Yes,
and
but
that's
at the
how they come together in 1990.
At the moment it appears, sir, that 80% of that is going towards the BJP. The Shiv Sena is getting very much the smaller share of that so-called common vote bank at the moment. Yes, Dhananjay?
Yeah, well, besides getting a big chunk of that so-called Hindu vote bank or the Hindu consolidation which the BJP and Shiv Sena banked on, the BJP is also getting a lot of votes which are traditionally Congress NCP votes. Maratha Kundbis, Dalits, Adivasis, a big chunk of these votes are going towards the BJP.
Which means also that Rahul Narvekar, for example, the Maharashtra government gave reservations to Marathas. It hasn't worked on the ground. You know, the fact is that this politics of reservations, politics of SOPs, it's not working on the ground. Something has gone wrong. People seem tired of the Congress NCP government after 15 years in which several of your ministers have been charged with serious corruption.
Rajdeep, allow me just half a minute.
Yes.
Rajdeep, if you are looking at a projection of 133 seats,
yes,
that means the Bharatiya Janata Party should get more than 70% of the or 80% of the seats in Western Maharashtra. That means out of 57 seats in Western Maharashtra, they should get at least about 40 seats. They don't even have enough, they couldn't find candidates, decent enough candidates into field in more than half of the seats in Western Maharashtra. On the last day, they made all efforts to get candidates from all over to fill those seats.
They've got a strong ally in Western Maharashtra, Raju Shetty. But I know, look, Rahul Narvekar, this is a poll. This is not the final result. Rahul Narvekar, don't get so... Rahul Narvekar, you don't need to get so excited because this is only a poll at the moment. This is not the final result. You may be right and I may have to eat humble pie come the 19th of October. Certainly, I'll make Dhananjay eat humble pie. But Bharat Kumar Rao, what seems to be happening is the Shiv Sena seems to be losing out also to the BJP. Somewhere the Shiv Sena hasn't been able to capture the imagination as per our poll in the manner that the BJP or Narendra Modi has. Is part of the reason that the Shiv Sena itself today is not the party it once was under Balasaheb Thackeray.
Yes, Rajdeep, I do not want to challenge the basic structure of the opinion poll or the yardsticks or the measures they have been used for this. I bow to the verdict of the opinion poll. Since this is only an opinion poll, the actual match and actual result is yet to come. For that we have to wait for 19th of October. Having said that, let me tell you that on this channel, the day the elections were announced or a little later when the nominations were being filed in and when the alliance and
yes,
Mahayuti had broken, that day I had said on this channel of yours that I see an age for BJP and BJP will cross 100 or 110 mark. I think whatever my
why has the Shiv Sena suffered?
I think that
I'm asking you a straight question. Why do you think the Shiv Sena is not doing as well as the BJP in this election as of now, as per our survey?
Yeah, the Shiva Sena is actually it is doing well than what it had done in 44 in 2009 when it had won 44 seats. Now you are predicting 57 seats. So it is a good hike for Shiva Sena. But Shiva Sena could not achieve the figure that they wanted, and that was something like 130, which actually it has reversed. What Shiva Sena is expecting
hold on. I want an answer to this question because I'm trying to understand that the one party, all the alliances broke up. The Congress NCP, Manishankar Iyer broke up. You said that the NCP carried the baggage of corruption, or you carried the baggage of the NCP's corruption, and therefore you broke up. The BJP Shiv Sena broke up because there was a battle as to who should be the chief minister. Should it be Uddhav Thackeray or should it be someone from the BJP? At the end of the day, the only party out of the four here which seems to be really doing well is the BJP. That's the party which is gaining, doubling the number of seats as per our poll survey. What does that suggest to you? Is part of the problem that it's become Modi versus the rest. So voters are getting polarized around Narendra Modi. He's getting his support and all of you are getting divided. The anti-Modi vote is getting split.
Possibly. But that's all based on the assumption that your figures are accurate.
No, but does that trouble you? Because every political party goes to Maharashtra and attacks Narendra Modi. It's almost as if Narendra Modi has become the issue in Maharashtra.
I can assure you that Mr. Modi troubles me morning, noon and night. So that's nothing new here. But the point I'm trying to make is that if your figures are accurate, then yes, there is one type of worry. But as other surveys undertaken at exactly the same time and with a comparable measure of sample, don't give me exactly the same results. I am wanting to wait it out.
But do you believe this strategy? Do you believe this strategy of making even a state election Modi-centric? I see Sharad Pawar raising the issue of LOC firings in Maharashtra. I see Uddhav Thackeray raising the issue of, is Modi the Prime Minister of India or is he does he want to be Chief Minister of Maharashtra? Is there an obsession with Narendra Modi which is benefiting Mr. Modi?
There's simply no alternative to for non-BJP parties to attack the Prime Minister when the Prime Minister takes such an active part in the polls. So I don't think that we are particularly choosing Mr. Modi as the ground on which to battle them. It's that if Modi keeps coming there, then he has to be answered. And he'll be answered also by national leaders like Sharad Pawar, who is much more than a regional leader.
You know, Seshadri Chari, you know, there seem, if this is the verdict, and we don't know whether this will be the verdict come the 19th, am I to understand now BJP's strategy is done? Ekla chalo re, we don't need allies, we don't need the Shiv Sena, we don't need Kuldeep Bishnoi in Haryana. Tomorrow you may not need Ram Vilas Paswan in Bihar, you may not need even the Akalis in Punjab. Narendra Modi is enough for us to create a Congress Mukt Bharat, a Bharat where only the BJP exists.
No, I don't think...
If these figures hold, is this going to be the new strategy of the BJP?
No, I don't think it will be very fair to come to this conclusion. We have never said we don't want anybody. We have only said that on the basis of the voting percentage and the voting figures that we have obtained in 2009 and 2014 and looking at the ground realities, this is what we wanted. So if that is not being granted, we should also remember one thing, that your own survey says, at the end of the survey it says, you have asked a very pertinent question to the people of the state. In case of a hung assembly, what combination would you prefer? And there it very clearly says BJP and Shiv Sena is 52%. Even though these two parties are not contesting together, 52% of the people still feel that these two parties can come together.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? That after the election, let's assume you're 10 seats short. Will you reach out to the Shiv Sena and say, look, we'll give you 2.5 years of chief ministership, we'll have 2.5 years
I
of
don't
chief
think such a situation will ever arise.
So you want to run the state on your own. You don't want these allies.
The question is, we want to run the state with the help of all the political parties after the elections. But during the election and up to the election, we are telling the people that we are promising you development which the Congress could not give for 15 years. Now we are in a position to give, and people seem to be believing us on the basis of what we have done even in these 100 days and on the basis of what has happened in Gujarat.
So you are moving away from coalition politics to politics. You are moving
it's
away
not a question of coalition. It's a question of moving towards real issues rather than tackling issues that were actually dividing the voters and polarizing them on caste and other lines.
Can I therefore put some X factors in case there are viewers out there who believe it's a done deal, that the BJP is all set to win Maharashtra and give Mani Shankar Iyer an opportunity to smile? There are some X factors. One of those X factors will be voter turnout. Remember, it's crucial in a five-cornered race. You could win a five-cornered election with just 27-28% of the popular vote. So voter turnout will be important. The other point, to what extent will the Hindutva vote get divided? Rahul Narvekar of the NCP is saying that in Zilla Parishad elections, this vote got sharply divided. The other question, will there be a sharp regional split? Western Maharashtra, Marathwada, Vidarbha, Konkan, Mumbai, all voting differently. These are all factors. Rahul Narvekar, is it all going to be on turnout in the end? Is that going to be for you the only hope for parties like the NCP now?
Well, that's not what a party which is going in for an election would depend on, and certainly we don't depend on that. But yes, a voter turnout a lot will depend on the voter turnout, and we are optimistic that based on the developmental work that we've done, based on the unprecedented development that Maharashtra has seen in the last 15 years, we are sure that the voters will come out in large numbers to vote for development, to vote for progress. And therefore, I see no problem. In fact, I see it as an advantage if voters come out in a large number and vote.
But there is a clear anger against your government. You cannot run away from the fact that this poll is showing anger against the Congress NCP government. It's a repeat of what happened in the general elections. Anger against the Congress government at the center, UP at the center, now anger against Congress NCP, and the BJP seems to be the big gainer of that political anger. Dhananjay Joshi, let me give you the final word. 19th of October, are you willing to come to the studio, or are you going to run away and disappear?
At 6 in the morning.
You're ready to come at 6 in the morning, and you're confident that the BJP will be anything above 125. That's what you're looking at.
Yeah, also because this poll shows an 11-point lead of the BJP over its next rival, the Shiv Sena.
So it's well above the margin of error.
Yeah, it's well above the margin of error, and I'll just want to point out that in Uttar Pradesh 2012, the Samajwadi Party led by only about 2 percentage points, and in a multi-cornered contest that can translate into a victory.
So you won't be surprised if anything, if the BJP is on the higher end, it could even go higher than 140. It could actually win a majority.
It could, though 1 week is a long time in politics.
That's the rider. A week is a long time in politics. But at the moment, on this day, on the 8th of October 2014, if elections are held at the moment in Maharashtra, it appears that the Bharatiya Janata Party is well on its way to a big victory in Maharashtra. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah seem to have got their Maharashtra arithmetic right, at least as far as our survey is concerned.